Well, hey,
Hello, Anthony. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, wonderful. It is that time of day, 1 o'clock on Friday. What we do?
5 o'clock, girl. You almost said 5 o'clock.
Hey, 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, so you can always.
Somewhere.
What happens at 5 o'clock?
I don't. The dinner time, I guess.
They always have what you call the drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody that's out there, welcome to the Financial Sins Show. We're here every Friday, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and this is part of the ATR All Things Relevant Media Show. So we're here basically because we're called Financial Sins. Now, we've all made sinful mistakes when it comes to our money. So we're here to basically help you to stop sinning. Stop sinning with your money. Financial sin. We all of us out there has made
I
these
love
sinful
it.
mistakes
I
with our
love it.
money. So we need to stop it. This is Mad Flow of Mad Flow Financial and Consulting Services, LLC. Very excited to be here with you today because we have a lot to share. Going to teach you something today. And just keep your ears and eyes open. If you got any friends out there, bring your friends in and tell them to join us because we are live on Facebook and we will
Live.
be on with YouTube. So come
Mhm.
on, this is Mad Flow. And we're going to discuss something today that I just started, I just registered, and we want to share this information with you. My goal is to financially educate 30 million families with the group that I'm with, 30 million families by 2030. You're part of that 30. And I'm going to tell you where you can also get this information to be part of that 30 million. worldsystembuilder.com/WS-US. If you go there, we have workshops Monday through Friday from 2 o'clock. And we also have them at 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. And also on Saturdays at 10:30, but a different link. So I'm going to turn it over to my co-host over here, Anthony Murray. Give us some information.
Hey, what can I tell y'all? Listen, I think Flo covered it pretty well. My name is Anthony Murray. Flo and I happen to be part of the same organization where we are helping people to grow and protect their wealth, your money, your income, your assets. I'm trying to think of some other acronyms here, but listen, you ought to want to be interested in how can I protect my money? How can I protect myself? Tell you a little bit about myself. I have a background in this industry that stretches back a little bit. The shame of it is I was in and out of the industry, in and out. Well, I've been back since 2018. My college major was insurance and real estate, and there's nothing better. There is nothing better. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So, for those of you that are looking for another career, you need something to do, join us. Hey, join us. Here's the information that Flo was telling you about. where you can find out more about how you can protect your money. There's workshops, and listen, the beauty about these workshops, FREE.
Mm.
What is that? Free.
Oh, that means no money.
Free. You don't have to pay for the workshops. They're free. They're online. That's the link you go to register for the workshops, and listen, you will be blessed. You will be blessed. So we're going to talk about how you could get set up so you can protect your business and protect your personal assets. All right. Flo recently um, got her LLC completed. Is that correct, Flo?
Yeah, we take the first step. Then
Mm-hmm.
after you get your LLC, you're registered with the state of Georgia, whatever state you're with. There's other stuff to follow. But I have gotten the name that I wanted my company to be, LLC. So that's the first step. You have to create the name that you want. Make sure it's not something that someone else has. So that's why you're
Right.
registering it to first start. And I'm excited about it. It's called Mad Flow Financial and Consulting Services
Wow.
LLC. So I do both. I'm a consultant, and I also help people with their financial, and we also do financial literacy. So uh, it's a step forward for me because now I put on Facebook. Now my business is a business,
Mm-hmm.
LLC. So we're going to cover that today to give you information on how to register, how to get prepared, and after you receive your registered name for your LLC, don't realize it stops there. There's other steps you have to follow through as well in order
Right.
to really solidify everything and make sure everything's in place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if anyone's out there, LLC, just take and put in the Facebook in the comments. Let us know what your name of your company is, your LLC company. Put that out there
Yeah.
so we can put it out there for you as well.
And
So
and then let's talk about what you did to get started, or why you got started in your LLC.
well, the reason I got started because I always hear, I own real estate. I own this business here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always thinking, always in the back of my head, what if someone falls, on my property, and they want to sue me? They would sue me personally. So
Mm-hmm.
I've always hear and always heard, LLC. So when you get an LLC, basically what it does is your business, they can sue the business, but they won't be able to sue you personally. They're going to sue the business. So everything's filtered through your LLC.
Okay.
So that was one reason that I said, I need to go ahead and get that. And another reason is I want to make sure that the name that I got, no one else will have it. So I kept thinking, somebody else might come up with Mad Flow. Somebody might come up with Mad Flow Financial and Consulting Services LLC, then I'll be out of it. So I
Mm.
want to make sure that the title, the name that I want, it would be registered to me. And that is the second reason I did this, because now my business is a business.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So
Wow.
it's a limited liability company, is a business structure that offers limited personal liability on the part of the owner. Okay. So an LLC offers the possibility of certain tax benefits as well. So if you want to get the benefits with taxes, think about registering for an LLC. You know,
Okay.
and the thing is, how do you register? How do you register for your LLC? It's very simple. You could hire a lawyer to do it for you and pay, a bunch of money. But what are we just talking about? Making sinful mistakes with
Mm-hmm.
your money. Well, you don't have to use a lawyer. Pay him $300 or $400 to do something. You can go online with Georgia.gov. Whatever state you are, you have to research it and find out what the link is for whatever state you are. But in Georgia, Georgia.gov. And you go there and it basically easy follow instructions. I created mine within a couple of hours. Fill the form out, submit it to the company, submit it to the state with your fee, of course, because there's a fee. They respond back within 30 days, let you know if that title, that name that you want registered is not being used by someone else. And
Okay.
happily, I return back. And Mad Flow Financial and Consulting Services LLC belongs only to me. Okay. So, but no, couple of things you need to do. Do your research to be sure an LLC is the right structure for your business entity.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might need, not an LLC, you might need to be incorporated, might need a nonprofit. So make sure that if you want an LLC, that is exactly what your business entity would need.
Yeah,
Second,
that's a good point
mhm,
because for different businesses, there's going to be different needs.
right,
So
hmm,
LLC might not be appropriate for one, where it could definitely be appropriate for another,
another,
but
hmm,
there's different types of business structures. So I'm hoping that we get some folks on that are involved in other business structures where they could talk about their incorporation. All right. And
a sole proprietor.
sole proprietor, what are you doing? What did
Yes,
you do? Why did you do what you did? All right. Why did you register as a or not register? Because I was doing my taxes last year, and I told the lady that was doing them, I said, look, uh, I'm going to be doing an LLC pretty soon. She said, no problem. She said, but after you do that, I can't do your taxes because she doesn't do taxes for
right.
LLCs. But there's people out there that do. All right. So you have to do your homework. You have to
Hmm.
make sure that once you become LLC or a corporation, a partnership, or whatever, that you have things lined up. Now, Flo, what were some of the things you were saying that you need to have ready when you're getting ready to do an LLC?
Okay, you have to determine if you're a foreign or domestic business entity and what's the
Okay.
difference. A domestic entity is one that is being created for the first time in Georgia. So if this is your
Okay.
first time creating in Georgia, that's going to be a domestic. Now,
Hmm.
foreign entity is one that already exists outside of state of Georgia, whether
Hmm.
that is another country or simply another U.S. state. Foreign
Exactly.
entities must follow a different procedure to do
Hmm.
business in Georgia.
Right.
Okay. Now you have to select a registered agent for your company. So I am my registered agent.
Hmm.
The registered agent is the person or entity designated to receive any service or process, documents, or other official communication on behalf of the business. So that's me. I am the one that's doing it. I could have designated someone else, but I am the one that's doing it. A registered agent must be located in Georgia. So you can't have your LLC in Georgia and then have your registered agent in New York. And they have to be in Georgia as well. Okay. Now, when I was applying for it, I initially wanted Manflow Financial and Consulting Services LLC, but
Hmm.
they want you to put down two other names or titles
Okay.
just in case this one is taken. They would have two choices, to select from.
Okay.
But fortunately, the first one I put in is the first one I got. So I was very excited about that. 2 weeks later, it came back. I had that. So you have to have any optional provisions prepared in advance.
Hmm.
Optional provisions refer to information about the entity that are not required by law, such as 501c language as well. So you have to have all that stuff in place. Now, what do you want to gather before and what do you need? You have to have the name of the LLC or a valid name reservation number.
Okay. How do you go about doing that?
It gives you all the directions when you're applying. It gives you
Hmm.
all the directions in the form. So if you need a reservation number, once you get to that point, it will tell you how to get your reservation number.
All right.
Okay, it's easy to follow. You have to have the name and address of the person filing for the LLC.
Okay.
Have to have mailing address of the principal office. Now, the mailing address does not have to be an office. It can be a house. It could be your residence where you live.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's the beauty of it. Mine is my residence where I live. Now, when I get an office, I can always change that I just submit the change of address information.
Okay.
Now you have to have the name and address of the registered agent. So if you're not going to be the registered agent, but say Anthony, you're my registered agent,
Right.
you have to have your information to submit with this as well. And the
Okay.
name and address of each organizer. So if you're building a company and you have an organizer with you, well, you can have 3 or 4 organizers.
All
You have
right.
to submit that information as well. Okay. Any optional provisions you need to add to your articles of organization, you will add that as well.
Wow.
Now, form of payment, because there is a fee. Nothing comes free these days, okay? So you do have to pay a fee. Now, like
Okay.
I said, you can go to a lawyer and have them to do your LLC for you, pay them $300 or $400, or you just go
Mm-hmm.
directly to the state of Georgia and complete the online form, submit it by email, and then you're done. So the form of payment, depending on how you apply, your form of payment would be one of the following:
All
credit
right.
card, check, cashier's check, or money order. So those are the way you can file. Like I say, you pay a one-time fee to the state, or you can go to a lawyer and pay them additional money. Pay them more to do something
Mm-hmm.
on your own. And the fact of what we do here, me and Anthony and Tanya, the information that we're giving you, we're not privy to this information ourselves. We do our research. So I
Yeah.
research it first, and then what we do, we share.
Yeah.
But what we want you to do is this: do your own research as well. We're getting information from us, but this is information that's privy to everyone on the internet. All you have to do is do your research. We're not telling you something that, oh wow, that's a smart woman right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
smart because I do my homework. So anytime I want to invest in anything, I always do my homework.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not like we're privy to this here information. It's out there. All you have to do is look for it. Okay.
Yeah, there's no, it's nothing private,
Yeah.
it's nothing that we developed. We're just garnering or gathering information that's already out there. All right, and we're just bringing it to your attention. Some of it we're actually learning as we go along. All right, but nevertheless, what benefits us, we're going to make sure it benefits you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, if you plan on opening up a business and depending on how you want to structure it, how you want it to grow, how expansive you want your business to be, LLC might be the way, excuse me. So there's different things that you definitely need to consider, that you by all means need to look at. All right. You
Mm-hmm.
need to make sure that, as I was studying about the LLC, one of the first things you need to make sure that you have is a business plan. Make sure you have a business plan. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure you know what direction you're going. You need a business plan. All right, yeah, you need a name. Yes, you do need a name. And like Flo was saying, and when you apply with the government for LLC, you need to have like 2 or 3 names.
3 names.
3 names. All
Mm-hmm.
right, in case one is taken. But let me tell you something. Um, Make sure that you write down. Don't just put names in there off the cuff. Make sure you write down everything that you want in your LLC and how you're going to run business. Is why a business plan is so important. All right, you want to make sure that you're following your plan. All right, so write down everything.
And don't
Or
misspell it, because however you send it to the state, that's how it's going to come out.
that's how it's
So
going
if
to
you
be.
have a misspelled word, you're stuck with it.
Uh-oh. That
Oh.
it'll be unique.
Now you can register an LLC, different lines. You can do it online, you can do direct mail, or you can do it in person. Applications can be expedited for additional fees. So if you want to pay an additional $50 or $100 for them to expedite it, say within, instead of 6 weeks, say within a week or 2 weeks, pay that extra money. But I'm about saving money, so I did not expedite mine. And really, it came within 2 weeks. So if I expedite it, it probably came the same amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you can register online. Now, the next steps, okay? Provide all your information is valid and your name has not been taken. You will receive your articles of organization within the specified processing time. Now, this is something you also have to realize. Each year, you must file an annual registration for your LLC between
Right.
sometimes between January 1st and April 1st. If you do not, your LLC will be administratively dissolved for failure to file your annual registration. Okay. Now, if you want to pick that up, you can pick it back up. You just have to pay, I think, additional fees in order to get that name back. And actually, the LLC, because I did an incorporation at one time as well, it never goes away. It's always there for the state. You know, if because I called in and checked to make sure I'm not putting the same thing for my incorporation that I'm doing for LLC. So, and I kind of misplaced my identification number, my TIN. So they told me, I said, well, I dissolved that 3 years ago. They said, no, you dissolved it, but it's still here. It never goes away. That name, that title never goes away. The reason it
Wow.
never goes away because they have to check, make sure no one else is getting that same title. But I can always pull that. I can always go back and get my old incorporation back if I wanted to. Okay. So it's important to note that registering with the Georgia Secretary of State is not the only step you will need to take before you can start doing business in the state of Georgia. So it's not the only step that you have to take. Now let's take and talk about after you've got your name. I've got my name, Mad Flow Financial and Consulting Services LLC. I just love saying that. I just love saying that. But you know what? Right after it was approved, I started getting something in the mail. A few things you need to consider. It's 3 things. Let me find my other sheet. Got 3 sheets here. Okay. Okay. You're going to need your certified articles of organization request form. Okay. So that's something you're going to need. It doesn't have a deadline. Yep, it does have. They want to respond by February 17th. So I will respond by February 17th. All I have to do is complete the paperwork here, sign it, and send it in with $89.25. That's the document fee. So this is certified articles of organization request form. So just realize that when you're becoming an LLC, fees are included.
Right.
You're in a business. Everything's not going to be free. So that's one of the articles that you need. Another one, if you have, like, I don't have an office. My office is my house, my home. But just say that I'm here at my WFG office and I hire someone to work in my WFG office. See, because my LLC, I can put my real estate under it. I can put this business here under it, World Financial Group business under it. I can put all my businesses under my LLC. But if I hire someone, say if I hire someone to come in and be an assistant for me, there's something that I have to post, which says is the labor poster compliance.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yep. Labor poster compliance. So your business is required by federal law to post a current compliant labor law poster in the workplace.
Okay.
At my home, I don't have anyone, and I don't have an assistant now, so it's not mandatory I do this. The fee for this, $79.25. Okay, $79.25. Now, and all I do is complete this, send it back to them. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is your 2022 or whatever year you applied certificate of existence request form. I need to respond by February 15th of 2022 on this one. And the fee for this one, they made the fee so big on the other ones. I don't see a fee on this one. Nope, it is. Certificate of existence is $72.50. My entity type is domestic limited liability company. Date of registration says 1/19/2022.
All right. So there's some expenses
Involved.
that you must prepare for. All right.
Correct.
So when even though you're starting an LLC, you're in business, um, you want to think, most businesses when you start cost what 5,000, 10, 20, depending on the type of business you're starting, right? Depending on the
Mm-hmm.
type. Now, and we are with World System Builder, a offshoot or baby of World Financial Group, who's owned by a company, the parent company being Transamerica, and Transamerica even has a parent company called Aegon. We don't have to file a LLC, but when you want to expand your vision, when you want to protect your wealth and protect your income, guess what? We're independent contractors.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we have um, uh, error and omissions coverage, all right, LLC gives you greater protection from what I'm gathering. Is that correct, Flo? Would that be a
That's
correct
correct.
analogy? So
The errors and omission only covers if you make an error or omission with the company of all the companies that we have with
right.
licensing. That's all it's going to cover. My if someone comes and sue me for something else other than my insurance business, like my real estate, I'm not covered.
Hmm.
So the LLC protects my personal assets from my business assets, and that's the
Hmm.
great thing. If someone comes to my rental property and someone falls, it's on me if they sue. But if it's under the umbrella of my LLC, they go through the business. They don't go through my
Hmm.
person. That's the great thing about it. Now,
All right.
also
So
another
your
experience.
LLC is going to protect. So now, do you have to have a insurance along with the LLC?
Well, that of course, if you got my insurance are always covered. Homeowners insurance, rental insurance, not rental insurance, landlords insurance. So all of that is something separate from LLC.
Okay.
That's something separate. But also another expense that you need to be aware of is this. Now, when you file for your LLC and you want to open up a checking account or savings account or whatever account you want as far as your finances, you have to open a business account. So you can't use. It's not feasible to use your personal account
Personal. Right.
for your LLC. So when you go
Hmm.
to the bank, and I've already done this, went to the bank, and they basically gave me information step by step of how I would do that, and it's just open up a business account. But you also another step you need to do is you have to get a EIN. So you need to get your employee identification number. So that's another thing. So when you file your taxes,
Hmm.
instead of using your social security, you will use the EIN. So that's the next step I do is get my EIN. See, I have my EIN for incorporated, but you have to do a whole total new different EIN for LLC. So I can't use my incorporated EIN for my LLC.
All right. So you have a corporation that covers what?
What I did, I dissolved it. I dissolved the corporation.
Okay.
Lack of knowledge and understanding. When I did file for my to be incorporated, what happened was the tax person that did my taxes, she said she knows how to do um, incorporated taxes.
Hmm.
Then come to find out that girl did not know what the heck she was doing.
Wow.
Um, and basically gave me misinformation saying that because she did my taxes, came back, I owed the government $45,000. I said, what? 45,000? What in the heck did she do? Um, and come to find out she didn't know how to file that kind of paperwork. And
Mm.
so I went on and dissolved it, and then she gave me misinformation that says that in order to have an incorporation you have to make $100,000 or more, and that's not true. That is not true. She just didn't know what she was doing. And to this day, 2016 was when I found that I still have not been able to get my 2016 taxes straight. For one reason, she lost the, I would say her name, but I'm not going to be that cruel. He lost the everybody's paperwork when
Mm.
it was supposed to be filed electronically. It
Hmm.
never went to the state, and I owed the state, and I owed the city, the state, and the Fed.
And the federal.
It
Okay.
never went. It never went electronically. I'm sitting here waiting for 6 months and nothing, and a year and past nothing. Then it come and find out it never went through electronically.
Wow.
And luckily, what I did do, Anthony, I'm a smart cookie now.
Come on.
I went on and sent my payment in to the IRS separate from the I sent she told me to send the check in. So I just went to send the check in to IRS. She said, don't send the paperwork because she's filing that electronically. So I sent the check.
Hmm.
And that check was sitting over $3,000 sitting in the IRS, and they didn't know what to do with it because the electronic paperwork did
Never
not
went through.
never received it. So that money's still sitting there since 2017.
Oh my goodness.
So I finally found pieces of the um of the taxes, and I just sent the part that shows how much I owe. I just sent that. So at least y'all see something. But it's still, still messed up. But when you do it, make sure you research and find the people that really do taxes for incorporation or LLC or nonprofit, whatever you do. Make sure you get the right tax people.
Yeah, you got to do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Before you start your business, get everything in order. Find. There's lots of people out there. We don't have yellow pages anymore, but we got Google.
Oh yeah. Google
Google,
outbeats Yellow Pages by tenfold.
so, and you can research these people. You can ask for references. All right, nothing wrong with asking for a reference, but you know what you run into with a reference? They're going to give you their best clientele. All right, they're going to give you the best, and then you can always contact Better Business Bureau, see if they're registered with the Better Business Bureau. You can also contact Chamber of Commerce, see if they're registered with the Chamber of Commerce. All right, so
Mhm.
there's different things you could do when you're starting a business to make sure that you cover all bases. You
Mhm.
got to cover everything. You got to make sure that you're protected. All right. Sometimes people get so excited that they just jump into the fire. They just jump into the grease. They just jump into it. Listen, you have to make sure that everything is in order.
Mhm.
Make sure it's in order. One, you don't want the IRS breathing down your neck about something so simple that a eighth grader could have handled. You don't want them to breathe down your neck
Mhm.
over something that was an oversight. You don't want them doing that. You don't want the government, the local or Fed government, to say, hey, look, we cannot recognize your incorporation because this wasn't filed or this wasn't done, so forth. You just got to cover all your bases. So, this is what we suggest, what I suggest. Talk with people that have already started or they're doing something that you want to do. How can you find out? Attend meetings, attend Chamber of Commerce functions, attend business expos. All right, you're going to meet people there. All right, attend. There's I don't know where you're from or where you're listening from, but there's business functions going on and uh, opportunities. Look for posters. Go to City Hall. Ask them. All right. Go to the chamber again. I mentioned the chamber over and over and over because some chamber of commerce will have a little newspaper with all these businesses. Hey, grab the hometown newspaper or grab the hometown flyers and just look and see uh, what businesses are there, okay, and reach out to them. No time to be shy. No time to be shy. Reach out to them. Find out who they're using. Find out what they did. Find out. All right. I know there's COVID, Corona, and all the other stuff that's out there. It's going to be there. It's going to be there. All right. You don't want to go to one of those functions. That's up to you. But if you want to start your business and you want it to go in the right direction, there's some things, some risk you're going to have to take. But before you take a whole bunch of uncalculated risk, do your research.
Do your research. And we're talking about risk. I'll be off the subject a minute, but you know, people are traveling again, and then some people are still fearful of traveling. And I'm like this. I've been traveling for the last 4 years. Every month I'm going somewhere. Massachusetts, went to New Orleans, Ohio, Florida. You know, every month I have been going somewhere for the last 4 years. The reason I'm traveling, I have grandbabies. It's not here in Savannah, Georgia with me. So I travel to go see them. So every month for the last 4 years, when my first grandbaby was born, I have been, you know, on the road driving or in the air. And like Anthony said, COVID is here. COVID ain't going nowhere. COVID is not going nowhere. But if we continue to live in fear and let COVID control our lives, I mean, we're doing ourselves an injustice.
That's right.
Life is, you know, life is precious, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to travel.
That's right.
We're going to Spain in May. We're going to Spain in May. Once I get back from Spain at the end of May, I'm headed to Orlando with my grandbabies. And then in October, going back to Florida, spend time with my husband, a trip for my husband. So I'm going to travel. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to enjoy life. Wear my mask, of course, and wash my hands as often as I can. But COVID is here. COVID's not going anywhere, just like the flu. And, you know, say get that flu shot every year. That flu's not going anywhere. People dying from the flu as well. But life is too short to live in fear. Life is too short to live in fear.
You know, we're gonna have to do
hands, sanitize your areas.
Yep. Hey, you know, Lysol works good. It will kill the COVID germ in the area. Mm-hmm. All right. They have so many things out now. You know, I was thinking about this a little while ago or earlier today. And I said to myself, I said, man, COVID has some big downfalls. I said, but it has, in one sense, perked up the economy. So you look at products like Lysol or bleach,
mask. If I know this go, we could have.
I would have invested in a mask company or something.
Stock in masks and been millionaires by now.
Man, please, these people.
The purchase of masks is going up. Purchase of gloves going up.
Rubber gloves, right?
Rubber gloves going up. Masks.
All right, now they got the plastic masks to cover the whole face.
All types of masks.
All right.
So those companies have really boomed since COVID.
So there's some good things that came out of the COVID. All right, it kind of put a little boost in the economy, and you have to think. Was this pandemic a plandemic? Oh, who said that? But was it? Because if it was, you got to ask yourself why. All right, so let's get back to the business. Let's get back to the LLC. All right, LLC. What are your business plans? Now, this isn't for Flo and I. This question is not to Flo. This question is to you. What are your business plans? Let's get some comments going. All right, let's get some comments going. Let us hear from you. What are your business plans? What type of plans do you have? Some people are involved in pyramids.
Ooh.
But it's true, right? Some people are involved in other things, right? I don't recommend Pyramid. You better watch yourself. All right. But now let me mention some other companies that are not. Uh oh, we got a Amber Alert. Pay attention to your Amber Alerts. All right. I've gotten one or two since we've started the show today. All right. There's a lot of business opportunity. I was talking with somebody last night at stopped into a uh, store, forget the name of it, and I was talking with the cashier, and I said, "Oh, you must be new." She said, "No, she's been there for a year. She just works part time there." And I said, "Oh, well, what do you do?" She says she has a home based business. I said, "Oh, I see." But she works as a cashier part time at this other store. I don't know why I can't think of the name of the store, but I probably think of it before we leave today. All right. But interesting. All right. So there's lots of things out there you could do. All right, or you can continue working on your job. All right. You could continue working on your job. They own you if you're on a job. When you have your own business, you own you. Okay. So let's dream. How big are you dreaming these days? How big are you dreaming? Some people give up on their dreams because they ran into a stumbling block. They ran into a mountain, and the
Mhm.
mountain didn't move. All right. Let's go back to square one and let's find out some basics. Did you have or do you have a business plan? A business plan is very valuable. Let me tell you why. When you get off track or when things aren't going like you expect them to, you can look back at that business plan and find out what the issue is. If you have a situation where you got so comfortable to where you jumped over one of the um, categories in your business plan, just retract. All right. Sometimes you have to start all over. Sometimes you have to take that business plan, ball it up, cause there's no more than a ball of confusion,
Mhm.
throw it away, and start all over. Get somebody to help you with your business plan. Hey, I'm talking real to you. Flo's talking real. All right. Now look on the bottom of the screen, Secretary of State Office, 214 State Capitol, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, there goes the address right there. Flo, do you have a phone number or a website?
All of them up, coming up. The website is georgia.gov.
Georgia.gov. I think I saw that somewhere. Let me see. I'm going to put that up for the people.
Fax number.
There's the website right there. All right. There's the website, georgia.gov. All right. Now, when you get on that website, Flo, what do you do?
It's
What do
already
they need to do?
just hit the menu bar and just on the right hand side and just go to where you want to go to. I mean, it's so clear and simple. I love it because everything's just mapped out on that site for you.
Uh-huh.
And it's all they have to do is just go there and if they're looking for, depending on what they're looking for, it tells you how to guys, talks about your government, organizations A through Z. And then if you want to do incorporation or 501 nonprofit organization, so it's all on here.
As a matter of fact, I just recently, this week, had to sign or resubmit, sign off on my paperwork for our church. All right. And every year you have to do the same thing for a church. Well, now they offer 1, 2, or 3 years. So I just did it for 3 years, and it doesn't cost much, So I did it for 3 years. Hey, listen, I'd rather do it for 3 years and then not. One year I forgot to do it. All right. And they sent me a letter saying we're getting ready to cancel your exempt status. I said, whoa, wait a minute. I called and I said, what do I need to do? And she said, well, you didn't submit your, what is that paper? What is that thing called that you said you had to fill out, Flo?
What, the renewal sheet? Renewal
Renewal
paper?
sheet.
Mhm.
They
And
said
you can
you
do it.
didn't fill out your renewal. I
Yep,
said,
and they also do options of the current year,
mm-hmm,
3 years, or more years. So you don't have to do just like you did, right? That you said made a mistake of just forgetting. You
mm-hmm.
can double up and pay um, more than 1 year.
I did it for 3 years this time. I said, I'm not going to keep doing this every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Comes
All right.
around
So
real
now,
quick.
once you get on government.gov, where do you go?
Once you go to government.gov, you just take in right on that page. It tells you um, if what you're looking for. How do I register a business with Georgia? I click that one because I want to know how to register a business with Georgia Department of Labor. But if I
Uh
go
huh.
back, it would tell me if I want to register a limited partnership with Georgia,
Uh
or
huh.
register a business with Georgia, or register a business with Georgia Department of Revenue, or reserve a business name. That's the one I did with Georgia's Secretary of State, and
Mm-hmm.
also renew a license. So,
All right.
you just pick the options that you want.
All right. It can't be any simpler than this. All right. So what are
No.
we doing today? Today we are helping you get yourself established. Why? Because we want you to be successful. Why? Because we want you to be able to leave a legacy for your children and your grandchildren and your great grandchildren. Why? So they could do the same thing. We want to develop this pattern. All right. We want to stop people from talking about other races and what they're doing and what we're not doing. And we want to start doing what we know we need to do to leave legacy. All right. Why can't we have another Black Wall Street? We can. It's simple. We just got to do it. That's all.
And Anthony, when you talk about leaving a legacy for your
Mm-hmm.
family, you think about so many people that don't know how to leave a legacy with their family.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the financial industry, but how many people out there realize that if you're an insurance agent and you have a book of business, do you realize that if you with the company we're with now, my husband could be licensed, my daughter can be licensed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm building up a book of business. So actually, when I'm ready to retire from this company,
Mm-hmm.
I can turn my book of business over to my husband or my daughter.
Yeah.
Only stipulation they have to be
They
licensed.
have to be licensed.
So if you're a licensed agent and you don't have a relative in your family that is licensed, you're really not leaving a legacy to them. You're leaving a legacy to that company.
Uh-huh.
So you work this as a family business. That's what I love about Tanya. Tanya has a family business. Her
Mm-hmm.
husband, her children, they're all involved.
All
Um,
in.
and they're building a legacy. So we need to leave a legacy for for our next generation.
Mm-hmm.
Not a legacy of debt that we so used to. We're so used to leaving debt to our relatives and to our family. We have to learn there's a legacy of wealth that we can learn to leave
Mm.
our family.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. Hey, and years ago, how do I say this? Because I don't want to get in trouble with the government, man. I'm trying to, I'm
You better
doing a
keep your
lot of
mouth shut.
studying. Huh?
Better keep your mouth shut.
I know, right? I'm doing a lot of studying right now. My license are up for renewal in November. So I'm turning in all that stuff between this month and next month because I have to have 24 credit hours. All right. So I'm doing. um, my long-term care through South Carolina, which will still apply for Georgia. All right. And that'll be 8 credit hours. And then I'm going to do
Why are you doing
another one.
long-term care 8 credit hours? You only have to do 4.
I'm doing 8 because I'm going through South Carolina. See,
Oh, okay.
Georgia does not reciprocate long-term care licensing with South Carolina.
Okay.
So to sell long-term care in South Carolina, you have to do you have to go through South Carolina and pass their test. All right. So
Okay.
it's the same test. It's the same test. All right. It's just a long-term care test that I did with Georgia a year ago. Okay. So now I'm doing it with South Carolina. I'm going to have those 8 hours. I need 24 hours. All right. So I have 8 hours from last year, 8 hours from this year. How many is that? 16. I only need 8 more hours. So I'm going to do another one on annuities and another one on something else.
And make sure you get your 3 hours of ethics in, and that's required now.
Yeah, my 3 hours of ethics and
There you go.
and then that and that's I'm gonna call it a day after that. That's going to be it. So very, very important. Know what you need to do is my whole point. Know what you need to do for your business. Know what you need to do. Don't find out after the government sends you a letter or the state sends you a letter or someone sends you a letter and say, sorry, we have to close you down.
Mm.
Harsh way to find out. You can no longer do business in our state because your license have been expired or have not renewed or whatever. All right, find out what you need to do. Here, we're providing information all over the place. All right, we want to make sure you get this information. Now, if you want to attend and get into the insurance industry, or if you want to get into the real estate industry, it doesn't matter. You still need to do your research. And then you have to have a why.
Mm-hmm.
Have a why. WHY. Have your why. Why do you want to get into business for yourself? Why do you want to leave a legacy? Why do you want to do this? Why? Why? What are your whys? What are your whys? Do you want to help your parents out? Do you want to help your children out? Do you want to provide a means of tuition for your grandchildren? What are your whys? Why do you want your own business? Why? And I'm going to tell you, you need that why. You need it. Because one day your why will stand as inspiration for you to continue to go on when things get hard or when business is not flowing and flourishing as you want it to. You need your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? You need your why. All right, so we're passing this information on to you. Go to georgia.gov if you're in Georgia. I don't know what it is for South Carolina. Might be southcarolina.gov. I don't know. You can always call the Secretary of State or the Chamber of Commerce in your respective state, whatever state you're in. All right, whatever state you're in. All right, now it's very, very important. Very important. All right. Very, very important. I love what Pamela said. Hey, let's stop talking about what others are doing. Don't talk about what Italians are doing or the Hispanics are doing or the Jewish folks are doing or the Africans are doing. Hey, let's start talking about what we need to do. And don't start just talking about it. Start doing it. Start doing it.
Be a doer, not a sayer.
Yeah, start doing it. All right. Start doing it. Get together with somebody. Do something. Turn the television off. All right, television's not making you any money. Turn that sucker off. All right. Well, unless you're going to get into writing commercials or you're going into the entertainment industry and you need some ideas, some motivation, television might be good. You're an artist and you watch art shows, television might be good. Okay. But other than that, if you're just watching it for entertainment, you're burning your time.
He's preaching now, y'all. Y'all better listen.
Look, we've got to make some changes, people. We've got to make some changes. We've got to. We've got to stop the blame game thing. It's this one's fault. It's that one's fault. This one, that one, any other one's fault. No, let me tell you whose fault it is. You got a mirror?
Look in
that mirror. Look in that mirror. Look at this. But we also have to prepare to offer above quality, not just standard quality. You mean I can't just offer something just enough to get people just to get over? No. Hey, look. Excellence is the name of the game. Excellence. All right. Let's do things in excellence. Let's do things in excellence. But in order to do that, you need to learn. You're going to have to do some serious research. You don't know where to start? My number's on the screen. Flo's number's on the screen. Tanya's number's on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's you don't know where to start? Start with us. Start with us. Let's push each other forward. Push each other forward, not pull each other down. Push each other forward. Someone's trying to get out of the basket. Push their butt up. Don't pull it down. Push them up. All right. Push them up. All right. Let's learn how to push each other forward. Okay. Push each other forward. All right. Let's make this thing work and make it happen. Start your own business. Get things going. Stop talking about it and let's get it done. All right. Let's go to georgia.gov. Georgia.gov. All right. Secretary of State office is right there. I don't have the number. You could Google the number.
The number's going to go cross. It should go cross in a minute. But let me send it by again.
I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it. There we go. There we go. Right there. Right there. All right. There we go. Hey, we want you to be successful. We want you to be successful. We want you to come back to this show and say, hey, look, I was getting ready to throw in the towel. My business seemed like it was stagnant, but I recalculated and boom, I reset the caliber and now I'm moving forward. That's all I want. I want to see you move forward. I want to see you move forward. Hey, this is Anthony Murray. And my co-host is Miss Mad Flo. We're missing our partner, Tanya Scott Pilcher. She's away for the day. Oh, we love that woman. She's away with her family and some function wherever.
Missing her dearly.
Missing her dearly. And so hopefully she'll be back next week. All of us travel. I travel. COVID haven't stopped me from traveling. Let me tell you what did stop me from traveling: the snow.
Yeah. And I was my knee high in snow in
I was
Massachusetts.
supposed to be going up to Connecticut, but hey, they got a snowstorm, man. I wasn't going. I had to put the brakes on. But we have to conclude. Ooh, Flo, we're a minute over, almost 2 minutes
All right, you
over.
want to close it out for us?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, I want to encourage you to visit with us often. All right, share this thing. Share it, share it, share. All right, like it and share it on Facebook. Like it and share it with your friends. Help us to carry this thing global. Invite. I know some of them are at work, but guess what? I had a lady last week. So and she was surfing the net, found us, and boom! Now she wants to become part of the business. So this thing is something I want to encourage you. Encourage people, strengthen people, be there for them, and don't forget, we're here because you're there. Thanks for joining us today.
All right. See y'all next Friday.
See you next time.
1 p.m. Thanks, Anthony.
Thanks, Flo. Love you.